Philippines, a group of islands in the Pacific Ocean. Long ago, the early people of the Philippines made up stories to tell their children. These folk tales were the textbooks of their day. They served to preserve the history and traditions of the people. They told about events that had happened and also tried to explain the interesting things in nature that they saw about them. In a land of volcanoes, earthquakes, and violent storms, there was a lot to try to explain. Mountains erupted, and sometimes the earth shook beneath their feet, and new islands rose unexpectedly from the sea. The people were always surrounded by nature, so they were often puzzled by some of the oddities they saw. What was this fish with no bones or scales and looked like a blob of jelly? What made insects glow in the dark? Where did the eagle come from? And the crocodile? They made up a story for everything. Talking animals are found as characters in folktales everywhere, and, as is proper in a tropical country, it is a quick-thinking monkey who is the hero of today's story. Jose and the Crocodile, in its characters, setting, and topic, is a typical Filipino story. This story may be like some stories you have heard before. Tell me if it is. Now, listen to this tale of Jose and the Crocodile. It begins, noong unang panahon. Jose lived with his family in a little village next to a river. Jose's father raised coconuts, bananas, and other fruits and vegetables. One day his mother asked, "Jose, will you please gather some coconuts? I need them for cooking and feeding the hogs, and your father would like to sell some at the market." "Yes, Mother, right away," Jose answered. Jose hitched the water buffalo to a sled. He took his sharp bolo and strapped it to his waist. He climbed on the water buffalo and started looking for fallen coconuts. Jose was too small to climb the tall coconut trees, so he gathered ones that had fallen off the trees. There were not too many on the ground near the house that day, so he wandered farther and farther away. It was hard work, and Jose traveled far. The air was hot and humid. Jose and the water buffalo became very tired and thirsty. So they went to the river for a drink and a quick swim in the cool water. While Jose was splashing water on the water buffalo, he heard a groan coming from far away. It sounded like a cry of some animal in pain. Jose became worried. He jumped on the water buffalo and rode towards the sound. The groans became louder and louder as they rode. Soon, Jose saw a big rope hanging from a branch of a large tree. At the end of the rope was a net, and in the net, a big crocodile was fighting to get out. Crocodile catchers were here again, thought Jose to himself. They will make shoes and belts and bags out of this poor crocodile's skin. "Little boy, please help me. I have a wife and children," begged the crocodile with big tears in his eyes. "If you set me free, I will give you a large gold ring," promised the crocodile. Jose felt sorry for the crocodile and decided to help him. Besides, he thought, when I get the gold ring, Father can sell it and we won't have to work as hard anymore. He took his bolo from its wooden sheath and stood on the water buffalo and, after several blows, cut the rope. Jose climbed off the buffalo and cut the net into pieces. The crocodile slid through the net. He was free again. "Now that I have set you free, may I have the gold ring you promised me?" "The beautiful gold ring is in my house down the river. Hop on my back and we will go and get it. Then you will be rich." Jose did just as he was told. Quietly, the crocodile slid down the bank into the river. Jose held tightly to the crocodile's slippery back.
Foolish child. He has no idea that I want to eat him. I'm very hungry, and he will make a tasty meal. As the water got deeper and deeper, Jose asked, "How much farther is your home? Are we close to it now?" The crocodile turned his snout towards Jose and said, "Oh, I just remembered. The ring is in my stomach. I'll have to swallow you so you can get it yourself." As Jose looked at the large teeth in the crocodile's huge mouth, he became frightened. "Oh no, Mr. Crocodile, please don't swallow me. I shall never get out of your stomach alive. Let me go, please let me go. I don't even want your ring anymore." Jose begged and begged. The crocodile decided to play a game with Jose. "All right, my boy. Inasmuch as you helped set me free, I will give you a chance to be free. You must ask the next 3 things that float down the river whether or not I should eat you. If they say no, then I will set you free. But if they say yes, I will eat you up." Jose had no choice. "That sounds fair enough." The first thing they saw floating down the river was an upside-down banca, which is a dugout canoe. "Banca, Banca, please help me." "What can I do for you, young man?" asked the banca. "Do you think it is fair for this crocodile to eat me up after I set him free from the trapper's net?" "Well, son, let me tell you. When I was a new banca, my owner was very proud of me. He sailed me up and down the river catching fish. I carried vegetables, rice, chickens, and even his family. But as I grew older, I acquired some leaks. So my owner decided to build another banca and sent me floating down the river. I'm slowly rotting away. People are not very grateful. Why should Mr. Crocodile be grateful? If I were he, I would eat you up." And with that, the banca floated past Jose and the crocodile. Next came a torn basket with moss growing on its sides. "Basket, Basket, please help me. Please tell the crocodile he shouldn't eat me after I set him free from the trapper's net." The basket creaked and said, "Ha! People wish others to be grateful, but they themselves never show gratitude. Why, when I was new, my owners took me to the market and filled me with vegetables and fruits. Yes, I was very useful. But the loads got so heavy that after a few months, I started falling apart. Then my master's wife threw me away. Here I am floating all day and all night, just rotting away. Crocodile, eat that boy up. Teach people a lesson on thankfulness." Jose was getting sadder and sadder. He cried for his mother, and he cried for his father. Then a battered old hat came floating by. "Hat, Hat, please help me. Please tell the crocodile not to eat me. I set him free from the trapper's net, and now he wants to eat me. Please tell the crocodile it's not fair." The hat laughed. "Thankfulness? My boy, talk about thankfulness. I remember when I was new, my master wore me proudly. I kept him cool when the sun was hot and dry when it rained. Then I grew old and shaggy, and he threw me into the river. So here I am just floating in this river all day and all night, and I am rotting away. Crocodile, eat him up. You should not be thankful to people who do not know how to be thankful themselves." The crocodile was happy. At last he was going to have his meal. Jose cried and cried. He cried so loudly that a monkey sitting on a tree by the river heard his cries. The monkey chattered and ran up and down a branch. "Oh, Mr. Crocodile, give me a ride, please. I'd like to float down the river, too," said the monkey. Why, certainly, my dear friend. We will be happy to give you a ride, said the crocodile. What a great meal I shall have today. A tasty boy and a monkey. Mr. Crocodile, come closer to the riverbank so I can jump on your back. Come closer, closer. The crocodile came closer and closer. Then suddenly, the monkey threw a vine to Jose. Jose caught the vine and lifted himself off the crocodile's back and onto the tree. The crocodile snapped his jaws and lashed his long tail just inches from Jose's feet. But Jose was safe on the tree. Thank you. Oh, thank you. How can I ever repay you for saving my life? Easily, said the monkey. What I love most is bananas. Ask your father to plant enough banana trees to feed both your family and my family. That will be enough payment. All right, I will, said Jose. Jose climbed down the tree, and the monkey jumped on his shoulder. Then they both ran to tell the story to Jose's family. And from that day on, Jose and the monkey became very close friends.
Jose and the Crocodile is just one of many stories from the Philippines. You can find others in your school or public libraries. Stories like Datu Omar and the Fairy, and Princess Maring, the Huntress, and the story of the absent-minded king. Read and enjoy the stories from the Philippines and from all over the world. Share a story with a friend so our tales will never end.
The preceding program was funded in part by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.